We all are curious to know about our future. It is the unpredictability of life which makes it fascinating. We know astrology now from years. It can predict what can happen in future, but still not many people have the required knowledge to predict because the books available are too complicated. So I have started this podcast so that you can listen to and also start predicting, not to a very advanced extent, but to that extent that you can stream your life up. Hope this podcast of mine will help you in understanding astrology to help your life make better. So we'll divide this podcast in some chapters to make you understand. So let's begin with chapter one. And before I start, let me also tell you that what I am going to read out here, I also have a book by the name Joshua Vertical, Astrology Learn in 3 hours. So if you feel like that you also need a literature, so you can also go and buy that. So let's start our chapter number one. So, astrology, you all know why do we need it? It's a science. We use it for prediction. It's the based on the movement of planets. So we'll be doing we'll be touching very basics in our chapter one. So when we look at the sky and we wonder how beautiful and vast our universe is, stars and planets are the ornaments of our beautiful sky. It's so wonderful to look at the brightness of the planets. If we gaze in the sky, we can see five planets: Mars, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn with naked eye. And of course, Moon. Who can forget Moon? But do we know the role these planets play in our life, in determining our wealth, our love life, our health, our daily routine, the tensions that we have? Our boss is not happy with us. We are not getting the required love. We are not getting the required money. It's all these planets transiting up in the sky who are doing this all juggling with us. I know some of you who are not well versed with this may be laughing at what I'm saying, but if you read this, just give some time to what I'm saying, and then start analyzing for yourself. Then you will know the correctness of this science. And if you already are a curious future seeker like me, then either you need to listen this podcast, or you can also, as I said, get my book and read from that. If you don't want to be bombarded with too many technicalities like the other books have, which I have seen, they talk of so many things which very rare we need. Okay, so I think let's get straight to the concept and the basics of how do we actually predict. So there are actually 12 houses and 9 planets. So it's a complete game of 12 houses and 9 planets which determines what will happen in our life. You must already be knowing about zodiacs. I guess you must be looking for your what is going to happen to you today or this week through zodiac. So zodiac also we divide zodiac into two things. One is called as moon sign, another is called as sun sign. So what is a moon sign and what is a sun sign? So the date of birth, suppose you are born on 20th October, okay? So this date, now the October, you have to see the 20th October falls in which sign. So in the newspaper or online, whenever you check your zodiac, so there's a period from to from. So the falling of October in that from to from, if your date of birth falls in that period, so that is called a sun sign. Okay, so based upon your date is the sun sign. Moon sign is different. Now, moon sign is the horoscope that is made out of the details like when you were born, the time of birth, the date of birth, and the place of birth. A horoscope is formed. So at the time when you were born, the placement of moon, so in which sign the moon was, that is called moon sign. So many of you would have understood, but those of you who have not understood, keep on listening to my podcast. You will understand what I'm trying to say from the explanations that I will be giving in the subsequent chapters. Okay, so zodiacs you are checking daily. Both zodiacs are important. I give more preference to moon sign. Moon sign is more realistic. Moon sign is more towards touching what is happening in your life. But yes, sun sign is also important. Okay, so we begin with zodiac. So there are 12 zodiacs based on a time, as I said, when you were born. So let's look at these 12 zodiacs first. So Aries, we start with Aries. So these 12 zodiacs are Aries, Taurus, Gemini.